All right, the next pattern is basic. So basic has a very similar pattern to strict, however there are two different versions you can do. There is the general traditional way of doing it, and then an alteration that I personally enjoyed, but again, this is solely based on preference and what your band is used to seeing. So basic is a little bit more of a bouncier motion. I will demonstrate it at quarter note equals 108, and then we'll get into how to do it. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice the basic structure of basic, kind of funny, is going to be very similar to strict. You'll start at beat 4, except instead of going strictly down, you're going to do more of a bouncing motion. So it's going to be a bounce on 1, a bounce on 2, a bounce on 3, and a bounce on 4. Okay, now let's get a little more into detail. So you're going to maintain this natural curvature of your hand. Make sure you're doing that. We're going to bounce on our, again, beat 1 is going to be our table, our general set position. 1, 2. It's in the same place as strict. You'll see my arms look pretty much the same as in strict. And you're going to make another arc to 3. Again, the same rules apply as it did with strict. You're going to have to reach out a little bit to maintain your sagittal plane. 3, and then 4. Your beat 4 are going to be around where you see your eye position, and this is going to be very important. You do not want to compensate below or above, or even doing a little arc. You don't want to cut corners and do this as your beat 4. No one's going to see that. You have to make it clear and consistent with all of the other arcs that you're creating. So again, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Alternatively, in basic, instead of having your beat 4 at your eyes, you can also just go back to beat 1. It would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. This is what I've personally done, but again, this is just based on preference, on what you and your drum majors and your band are comfortable with. Okay? Now let's get into the exercise. Okay. 8 counts in at quarter note equals 108. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, let's go through the basic questions you should be asking yourself. How is your posture? Are your arcs consistent? Are your shoulders ahead of your hips? If you need to, you can relax your arms, you can shake it out, no shame in that, as long as you make sure to stay relaxed as you're learning. Are you hitting the beats consistently with your fingers and your elbow, or are you flicking? We don't want flicking. Flicking, again, creates confusion to where the beat is. So does petting the cat. This is petting the cat. Looks pretty, but it also looks wrong. Consistent. All right, relax. And those are the basics of basic.